Yo, my people, it's your boy Bully Beef, and I'm back again with another episode of the scenario. Now, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, please share this video, smash that like button. If you're already subscribed to the channel, thanks again for your support, helping me grow the channel. Now, this week we're talking about dating outside your race, the pros and cons, the do's and don'ts. And you know what? Let's get into it right now. Let's get into it. Right. This week, make the intro. So we're joined by the lovely Shen.
Yeah.
And she has brought her lovely friend KD.
Hey.
Yeah. And you always know the serious Jen already.
Don't know.
Right. So the scenario this week, yeah, I was having a conversation with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is real talk, like honestly speaking. I was having a conversation with my friend this week.
Mm-hmm.
And we was talking about ideal partners, and we was talking about dating outside of your race. So I was talking to him, he rang me and he was like, yeah, bullying, rah, this and that. Like, I'm done with black girls, rah. You was there, innit, Trev? Remember?
No.
Yeah. Like, that gave me the idea. He was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's his thing. He was like, I've dated black girls all my life, but, you know, like, when it comes to, like, being with a black girl is challenging and all this stuff, and he's had experience with other races, and he's like, look, I try to stay true to the cause, but it's not working for me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So my thing is, I want to start by asking, the first question is, what do you consider as your ideal partner and your expectations from them? And then we'll go back and move forward from there. KD?
I agree. I feel the same. I feel like the connection is a key thing for me. Like, good connection, good energy. We have to be on the same wave, like the same path. If I'm on a different path to that person, I don't think it will ever work, because they could be completely thinking something completely different to me.
Okay.
And what I want and my needs could be different to theirs. So it'd have to be the same needs, the same end goal, and like a connection.
Okay. You saying, Russ?
I've never been asked that. With my ideal partner, like, but for me, I think for me, just somebody that understands my struggle.
Yeah. You're struggling?
Yeah, just for me, it's just my struggle, because I can't be with somebody that if I'm going out to do something, they can't understand why, and then that's like a problem. Or if I'm going through something in my life, they just don't understand my struggle. So if you want to talk about the race thing, that's why I'll just stick to my type, if this is what we're talking about.
Okay, no, we're going to go back to that.
That's what I thought we were talking about.
We're going to go back to that.
Yeah, it's because they can understand my struggle. And
That's true.
Okay. When you date, is there a particular race that you predominantly date?
No.
So you go.
Yeah.
So you, in your experience, you've gone outside of your race.
I've never been outside my. When you say outside race, what do you mean? Because
Okay, so
there's black and there's black and there's. I need to know.
so
white and there's
all right,
what,
so
like, this is a bit
there's black,
DLs.
black and mixed race falls under the same
But
umbrella.
what is mixed race?
Okay, mixed race is anything mixed with black. Yeah.
Well,
We can be mixed anything.
yeah, because
Can be mixed Chinese.
When I'm saying,
my grandma's Chinese. This is a bit.
yeah, but when I'm saying to you mixed race, that's what I'm talking about. Anything mixed with black.
Okay.
So that is what I'm falling under that category. So black and anything mixed with black is mixed race, and then there's black. So I'm saying to you, have you predominantly dated black guys and mixed race guys, or have you gone outside of that?
I've dated all shades of black. I've never been with a white guy before.
Okay,
But there's no
so this is the
problem.
reason why I'm asking,
Okay,
because I'm saying to you, so what you've laid out in terms of what you're expecting, I want to know in terms of how close you are at meeting those expectations. Possibly the question could be that maybe the expectations that you want, you might not find it within that race, because that's what you predominantly dated.
But I just don't believe it's about race, though. I feel that's where people go
You've
wrong.
never gone outside of your race.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I can't answer that question because I don't feel it's about race. I mean, everyone's human, isn't it? I don't feel because you're a certain colour.
It's difficult to say that if you haven't gone outside your race.
Maybe that's why I can't really answer them, because I don't really know.
We're going to come back to you on that one. Katie, what do you think?
sticky.
Have you dated outside mixed race or black?
So I've been on a date with a white guy, but
Yeah.
I never took it any further in terms of like dated them continually.
What happened?
I just think I don't know what it was. It just white guys don't really approach any other race doesn't really approach me anyway.
Yeah.
So like when he did, I was quite shocked, and I don't see race as a problem. Like my nan's white, she's white Irish,
Yeah.
so I'm come from a mixed race family.
Yeah.
So obviously I went on the date, but I just didn't. It's not like because of his race. I just didn't like him.
Okay.
Like he didn't have nothing to offer in terms of what I was looking for anyway.
Did you say that they don't really approach you that much? Or
Yeah, a white guy's never really approached me.
Okay,
Or an
so
Indian guy,
the first
Chinese.
one that did, and you took him seriously, you weren't feeling him.
When you say, like, I never really take any guy seriously on a first date anyway, but in terms of taking it to a date to go out to eat, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
What you saying, Judd? You dating outside your race? Okay. No reason.
No, I just, there's reasons. I wouldn't date outside my race because I'm trying to keep my race going.
Okay.
That's a personal thing on my journey.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep my race going. So for me to date outside of my race, that goes against my culture, my ethics and everything. So I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
That's it. Not that I wouldn't talk to a white person or, like you said, go on a date with a white person. I would go on a date with them, but I would never think, oh yeah, I'm having a future and this is my life and I'm going to move forward with that race.
Yeah.
Because it's just outside of what I believe.
Yeah.
So, no.
All right. Well, the reason why I'm having this conversation, because I'm thinking to myself, all right, maybe we could possibly be losing out because this is the impression this guy was giving me. You know what I mean? That the ideal partner might be out there for us. You get me? If we're saying that we're not looking beyond certain things, we're not looking at race and whatever, but how well are we actually looking for an ideal partner? Because an ideal partner could be a Chinese guy. Your nan's Chinese. You get me? Your ideal partner could be a white guy. You don't know. But, this is the impression that he was giving me. And it opened up a whole argument because he's told me he's had the experience of dating black girls. Yeah. And he's now moved on to white girls. And he finds himself in a bit more of a comfort zone. And when I asked him why, he said he finds black girls challenging. Which was a bit...
Did you get into it?
He doesn't like the challenge, clearly.
I got into it. So there is a challenge.
You don't know why.
Well, clearly to him, he feels that there's a challenge.
You said they don't like the challenge, so there is a challenge.
But to him, he said he doesn't,
but he doesn't
feels
like,
challenged, so he doesn't like that.
Okay.
Because I like
it.
That's why I love it. I like the black woman because of that.
On it.
That's what makes the black woman.
But why is
she's the queen, so that's why she has the power. So because I understand the power that women hold, I understand.
So you said, but is it just black women that hold the power?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Because of what I believe in and where I come from and my culture. So my black women, and me as a black man, I'm the king and we're the queen. They're the queen. So they hold the power. So because I understand that, I understand why they are challenging. I understand why they go through the struggle.
Oh, you're on something different.
No, bro, that's just me. You know me. You get me? I understand the struggle. So I said that to you the other day. The other day when your friend rang you and said that, and what did I do? I shook my head because I said women have the power, and until we men realise that, we will lose out. And I don't say when I say women have the power, I don't mean they rule the household or they have the power.
Yeah, can you get into it? What you mean?
Yeah.
He's getting into it. Let him get into it.
I don't mean they rule the household, but if we go back to our ancestors and where we come from, it was the queens, and they were the ones that ran the dynasty. We didn't run the dynasty. They chose how many partners they had. It was the women. The women have the power. The power has been taken away from the women since they've been brought to the Western world. So we now have the dominance over women to say, she should be like this or she should be like that or whatever. But really and truly, if you go back to Africa, women have the power. They are the queens, the gods of the world. There's no men god in Africa. It's women. There's men kings.
You're gaslighting them,
I'm not gaslighting. I'm just talking the thing. I'm just talking the thing. And
the energy from this side of the room.
I'm just talking the thing.
No, you know what?
This is why, to be honest, going like this argument, it comes down to your mindset. That's what I said. Whether who you believe you are. If you don't think that you're a king and you don't understand who you are and what you stand for and where you come from, then you will think, forget these black women or I'm going to go date outside my race. But because I know who these black women are and I know the struggle. That first thing I said, what I'm looking for is for a woman that understands my struggle. The reason why women probably act like that, or why I act in a certain way, is because of the struggle. That's why I want a woman that understands me in the struggle. Now, maybe if you don't go through that same struggle, you don't want that woman in that same struggle. You need a woman that understands your struggle, who doesn't want to compete, who doesn't want to stand up. So you may have to choose someone that's outside of your race that you feel is maybe you can't be as imperial to. You can't be as powerful to, because maybe with a black woman, you can feel like you have the power over her. With a black woman, you feel like you can't have the power. Because you don't understand the power of the black woman.
Okay.
You just,
You know what, yeah?
So it's a black woman too. I'm on with the black woman. Because they're the goddess. So
Listen,
that's it.
I don't know what's going on with you. You've been changing lately.
No, I said the same thing to you the other day. I said the same thing to you the other day.
So the point I'm trying to make is that I hear where he's coming from. I hear it. But modern society, we've been integrated a lot more. You know what I'm saying? You're from a mixed race family. You're from a mixed up family. It's a bit
more Jamaican, but
it's modernized. It's more pushed to integrate. You know what I'm saying? So from a history righteous Rastafarian from Dred's thing, you get me? He's going back to history, he's going back to his version of how things are interpreted and whatever. You know what I'm saying? His opinion on it. Yeah. But obviously we're living in modern society, you get me? We don't see certain things the same as we used to and whatnot. You know what I mean? But my argument is that when it comes to finding your ideal partner with where we've integrated, you might meet, I can always tell when a white person has grown up around black people. They have a different...
But that's what I was going to say. Is that not an economical thing? Because my cousin's fiance, she's white, and she's not having it. Like, she's not.
When you say she's not having it, what do you mean?
Because you're saying only black women, he thought that black women are a challenge. But what's to say white women ain't a challenge?
This is the thing.
Maybe he just don't understand women.
It's a mindset.
He might just not understand women.
Yeah.
And he thinks the white side is less challenging. But who's to say that a white woman ain't challenging?
You ain't dating no white guy, you know, so don't even come.
Yeah, but I get that's what I said earlier on.
It's not a race thing.
It's a race thing.
Yeah.
I get I haven't dated a white guy, but I don't think it's about me being, to a certain race. I just feel that it's just who you are.
But I understand what Dred was saying about, like, a black man understands me, because even when I went on the date with the white guy, I was talking about headscarves. He's like, but why do black girls wear headscarves? But with a black man, I don't need to explain myself.
They get it.
Okay,
do you know what I mean? Things like that.
That white guy wasn't trained. You get me?
No, but he was generally curious, like, why we wear headscarves.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
like,
if a black girl, a white guy or a white girl from that's growing up in our community, they have an understanding of why we do certain things. So does that make a difference in terms of to help? Would you date a white guy that's grown up in our community? Would you find that easier? Would you find that easier to take
someone understands me 100%. That's what I said. Energy, someone that matches energy. So if you understand me, it would work.
But attraction comes into it, right?
To a certain extent. I feel like when I was younger, I was more like it's about how the person looks. As I got older, I don't really think it's about looks anymore.
So you'd be with a big belly rude boy?
If I have to.
When you say you have to, you don't have to, you know.
Not like that, but I mean, I think when I was younger, I was more, shine-eyed. Like, I'm more curd. But I'm more cared about what they look like, image-wise, like face-wise, like dress-wise, like. As you get older, those things. Well, for me anyway, it just dilutes a bit. You're more mature, it's about personality, man. That's what I think.
So the dead-looking brothers out there, they have a chance with you,
There's a connection.
not literally.
The dead-looking brothers. No, but that's what you just. No. You said no matter what they look like.
Obviously, it's got to be a bit of attraction there, 100%.
What's a bit of attraction?
It's a bit hard with me. I'm a bit funny. It's a bit hard to explain.
Okay, all right.
It's a bit hard.
Would you be with a big belly boy?
I mean, I don't know. I think I would obviously, if there's a connection, I'll date the guy, get to know him. But then if I feel like, I'll be honest with the person. Like, look,
it's not.
Do you want to go to the gym? Like,
She's gonna give him personal training advice.
Yeah, like if you really feel someone and you're really on that level with someone, you be real with them. Like, I'm not gonna have you sitting here eating 10 KFCs a day. Like,
that's how you met him.
Nah, man.
Who's
to say that someone can't make you better? Not better, but help you build in the right way. Or
Going back to the original argument, I don't think anyone sold themselves, but I'm thinking to myself, maybe like at the end of the day, they might have found somebody outside of their race that kind of understood them on that next level, because maybe, you know, I don't see, when it comes to a lot of successful black women being pushed, you don't see it a lot. You see a lot more of other races successful being pushed. So when you get to a certain level in Hollywood or as a celebrity, it's like, how many people are on your level? Is there a lot of black people on your level for you to choose from? No, there isn't. You know what I mean? Because when you get to a certain level
but
of
that's
success...
because of society. That's the way it's gone, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I don't think dating outside your race makes your life better or worse. I don't really think if you I don't know, if I was to go with a white guy, my life's going to be excellent now because I'm with a white man.
It's
No.
about yourself. Do you
Yeah,
love
it's about
yourself?
you.
How do you feel?
That's what I believe. It's about you believing in you and you do what you need to do to get what you need to get. It's not about no one else.
No, seriously, because he needs to think about why he finds black women so so challenging.
He's got his reasons. He's got his experience. He's got
Maybe
his
he's
reasons.
meeting the wrong black women.
But
you know, there's so many of us
Can
out
I just
here.
say, I get
Can I
that.
have some after dread as well, please? After you, I'll say it.
Can I just say, like, I get like where some people may have their experiences or why they may find a black woman challenging, but it's like I said, it's how you look at it. It's how you look at it. It's whether you say it's challenging or it's power. It's up to you, because what's the challenge? Somebody saying something to you. How much can what is that? They're not fighting you. It's not kicking you down. It's something you can't talk back. I can talk back. I can challenge my black woman back. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's down to you and how you can challenge that person. So maybe if you can't challenge that person back, or if you feel like that person may be overwhelming to you, then I could understand that. Well, you probably feel that a black woman challenging.
Yeah.
But it's not really down to race, is it? Really?
It's definitely not down to no. It is down to race. And then the reason why I would say no. The reason why I say it is down to race, because the struggle, and our race struggles more. So it does come down to the race, because some of the
We're used to fighting.
Rare, and the layer comes from the struggle.
Okay.
So for me, that's probably why you will find a black woman be more challenging. It's because of the struggle, like I said from the beginning. So yeah, it will be different.
I mean, I don't really think it's fair that a lot of black men say that black women are challenging. Like, you know, like as your mate said, you know, well, yeah, black people are challenging, I'm tired of her, so I've gone to a different race. I feel that's very, like...
Cliche.
It's too angry.
But he's got...
Black, but we're not all the same. Why does men always categorise, black women do this, or black... It's not really fair. Like, I don't really understand.
But he's got his reasons why he did what he did.
What
And is it up to us to say? He's saying he's had enough.
Not for us.
He's been experiencing this for many years. He's supported his black women. He's been there for his family and whatever.
Maybe we were going to be there from the beginning, because if he's saying...
Nah, you're doing too much now, you know. You're doing too much.
No, I'm not doing too much.
Because he's still there.
Deep it.
No, I've deeped it. But listen to this.
Can I just finish what I was saying? But why is he saying I've done too... Why does he need to explain about black women and race so much? Like, why do you feel like I've done too much?
Okay.
Like,
Can I say something though? Can I say something though? Can I say something though?
Can
Can I say something though? Yeah. The thing is, you've never dated to make a comparison. He has. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Don't talk what you don't know, because at the end of the day, the issues that some of the issues that you might have dating a guy or a black guy, etc. Yeah. If you dated a white guy, you might not have those same issues, because they're from two different parts of society. Do you know what I mean? Or they're from two different parts of cultural upbringing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? So...
Maybe so then. Maybe because I've never had a relationship with a white person, full-on white person. Maybe that's probably what it is, but I have dated different shades of black.
Yeah.
So
and different upbringings.
Different shades of black, caramel and mochaccino.
And different.
It's still a black guy.
At the end of the day, not all black people are raised. Everyone has different households. You can't sit there and be like, oh, because they're black, they're raised up a certain way. Not necessarily.
Not
necessarily. Even like me, like if you want to get into, people are like, why do you speak like that? Like, I don't know why I speak like this, but I'm going to speak like all like your fam, like all ghetto me because I'm black. No.
That's your race.
No, but white. But this is what I mean.
It's not your race.
It's stereotype. It's not really fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, but that's not what we're talking about.
I know, but I'm just trying to get a bit more deeper into it. Because I'm trying to explain what I'm trying to say.
No, I understand where you're coming from, but the thing is, if people are saying that you speak like what, trying to say you speak like a white person.
They just say I just don't speak like a black girl.
Okay.
What is a black girl
speak like?
Okay. I get you.
Yeah.
You articulate yourself in a certain way, and they are downgrading you to expect you to be on their level, and you're not. Fair enough. But this situation here, this guy has said to me, Bully, boom, this is it. This is my catalogue of my dating. Yeah, he reminded me, and he's saying, look, I'm over here now with a different race.
Okay.
And I'm happy, and I find it less challenging for whatever the reason may be. Maybe the white girl he's with is from a more privileged background where she didn't have a struggle. You get me? Maybe that might be the secret. Where they come from a background where their struggles are different.
He's entitled to his opinion. That's definitely up to him.
But are you considering that fact?
No, I'm just...
What I just said?
No, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like if he feels that way, that's fair enough, but I feel he shouldn't categorise that, oh, yeah, but I try with the black women. You need to add that part in my opinion. The way you explain that, so we didn't need to add that in. That's all. But
there's black women out there that feel the same way. We haven't got any on this show that have dated, but I'm saying to you, we haven't got any on the show, but I'm sure there's black women out there right now that have dated a lot of black men and decided that they've had enough. And then when you ask them what the reasons are, I've heard it in the past, they're quite similar.
Okay.
They find the black man challenging. Some of them say they find the black man aggressive. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's stereotype. But again, this is my point though. And this is where we go wrong as human beings. We talk about stereotyping, we get angry when people stereotype us, but then we fall into it as well. Like, oh, black man's angry or black man's this. But we shouldn't really be typical stereotyping people. We don't really know. Every black person has different upbringings. I'm sorry. It's why
same as every other race.
Yeah, same as every other race. You just don't know.
Could be an angry Asian man.
Yeah, it might be an Asian man that's really angry, like on his stuff. And then you date him. But it might be a humble one. It's just, yeah.
I've never really seen an angry Asian man. I'm going to be real.
I mean, I have. That's what I'm saying.
No, I haven't really seen one. Them man, they're quiet. Back in the day. Them man, they're really quiet. I don't really have no problems with them. No, they're violent. They're violent.
Get me, but I'm not going to stereotype.
Yeah, I mean, this subject is always going to be technical, but it's how you feel. It's your opinion. You get me? It doesn't mean that you're racist. It doesn't mean that you have to end up with anybody and anyone. You get what I'm saying? I was just trying to understand where he was coming from, because it's something that I hear all too often from certain men that have dated outside of their race.
I mean,
there is a comparison, but I'm saying
I don't get
because you haven't dated outside of your race, it's difficult for you to really actually have a hands-on comparison. She did a tiny bit.
I went on a date, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, maybe that's what it is then. I've never experienced it, so I don't know.
Well, I know people that are my family and stuff that date outside their race, and I think it's perfectly fine if that's what they want to do. But I think when somebody does, you kind of understand their mindset. Do you get what I'm saying? When you understand what kind of person that person is, or what they believe in, you get what I'm saying? They maybe don't have the same principles as you. Doesn't mean they're not your friend. Doesn't mean they're not your family.
Yeah, but they could be open-minded.
So that's fine. They have a different mindset. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm maybe closed-minded where I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
So if they're open-minded and they choose to do that, and that you can like I said, you can see somebody's mindset from them being in a relationship with a white, and they tend to have a certain mindset. Yeah. If you ask me, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about at the beginning. Like, it's someone that's on the same path as me, connection. It's not about race.
It's not about race.
It's the path. If a white person is on the same path as me, you're not. If a black person isn't, you're not. We don't have the same goals. How can I get to know someone that's not even on the same path as me?
But KD, what is interesting is that you actually gave an ample opportunity to...
and he wasn't on the same path. Literally. That's all it was.
I've not experienced it yet, so I don't know. So, but I mean, nothing's wrong with it. I mean, I'm not racist or anything. I never
said you're racist.
No, I know. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not racist. I mean, I've never come. My best friend was white. Do you know what I mean?
Don't start doing all that. That's the worst thing you can ever do. That is the worst.
God rest her soul.
No, Katie.
My best friend was white.
No, but warn her, please.
I know, but yeah, I hate when white people like my cousin's black.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to cut this whole part. Yeah.
No, but I'll tell a white person why I don't date them. I'll tell them. I'll say to you, the reason why I wouldn't date you is because if you don't in line with my struggles, and I'll tell them where we come from. I show them. I said, this is where we come from. This is what we used to have. This is what we do. This is how we run things. Yeah. And this is why I don't date white women, because you were the ones that took me from Africa.
What, that same woman?
Yeah, and I'll check that same woman because I'll educate them because they were the ones.
But
what if
go on.
What if the woman hasn't been through the struggle in terms of slavery and what we've been through, but she's been in the same struggle in terms of like the same upbringing that you've had, and she was white.
Living on the estate.
Living on the estate.
No, going back to that.
Getting rushed by girls, slicking her hair.
I'll probably date her, but long term, in my head, as a wife and mentally as a family, I couldn't see myself creating a family outside.
It's just not your type.
Outside of
it's more the gene pool for you. Your legacy. You want to continue your legacy with the black
hold it down. Come on, man.
Huh?
Come on, man. Look how we've already held it down for this long. 400 years we've been in slavery from the white people. 2,000 years from the Arabs. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is serious things that we're going through. So,
you've been reading.
Yeah, so for me, if you've been reading, why would you go on date outside your race? If you haven't been reading and that's not your consciousness, then you would. And I get that. Because that's not your consciousness.
Cool. Let's switch the scenario. Yeah? So, I know two of my friends, right? Two guys that I know, I'm aware of, yeah? I'm talking to one of them. Now, he was seeing a girl, right? One, Adrian. Adrian was seeing a girl. Now, Adrian doesn't see that girl anymore. Now, Billy started seeing that girl, yeah? But Billy doesn't know that Adrian used to see that girl, yeah? So he's brought the girl around Adrian, yeah? So
it's really awkward.
Yeah, the scenario for you is no, but this is a scenario that happens on a day-to-day basis where a girl has shown you a guy or a guy showing me a girl, and it's someone that I'm aware of that, you get me, I might have, been with or whatever, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever. So moving forward,
you
brought a guy around to Luisi. And Luisi says, you know what? That brother there, me and him done a thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you've dated that guy for 2 months, right? 8 weeks, everything's going well. You've brought him round to a family barbecue. Your friend has seen him and said, pulled you to the side and said, me and my man used to do a thing. How does that affect you moving forward with that guy? Because I'm talking to a man right now dealing with that situation.
I mean, when you say doing the thing, it depends how long ago it was. Was they like 15? Was they like... I need a bit more detail of the situation. How long ago is this? Because
so that matters to you?
That does matter. It does matter.
So what time scale?
If it was like last month, it's a bit awkward. Like, do you know what I mean?
It can't be last month because you've been dating for 2 months.
No, okay, not like last month. You know what I mean? Like, if it was like about 6 months ago, it's a bit awkward. But if it was like years down the line,
when you say a bit awkward, does it stop you?
You don't think what kind of...
I've been your best friend for 16 years. If I came to you with a guy and you've already dated him, what would you do?
Say it again, sorry. No. Yeah.
If I came to you with a guy and you had already dated him,
I would tell
what
you.
would you do?
I would tell you.
Or if it was vice versa?
Yeah, I was expecting you to tell me, but
would you still date? Would you still date?
No, I think it's awkward.
Would you still date him?
It wouldn't be the same.
I don't think she would.
So that's my point. So I'm saying to you, but listen to this, right? As I said, you've been dating this guy for 2-3 months, yeah, and everything's going well. You're excited. It's new. This guy is pulling out all the stops. Yeah, you brought him round to a family barbecue. Louisa said, "Yeah, me and this guy used to fuck." You get me?
Yeah. You get it now.
So I'm saying to you, you're there now in that situation. How do you handle that situation moving forward?
It's very, very awkward. Like, especially if you're like it depends how deep you are in it.
I'll just explain how deep you are.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just giving my opinion. I think this is my opinion. I mean, it depends how deep you are in it, how awkward it's going to be. If you generally don't care about that guy, you're not going to care to just be like, bye, see you later. Like, sorry. Yeah. But if you proper are in things, you're going to want to know more detail of how deep they was. This is what I think. This is just my opinion. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
First of all my friends would know who I date. So
yeah.
As soon as I date someone, it goes in the group chat.
Whoa!
It does.
Whoa!
This is the guy I'm talking to. This is who I like. Period.
Oh, that's the you go through the ID check.
No, it's not really an ID check. It's like, this is who I've been talking to. Friend check. Like, what do you think of him? I want you guys to meet him.
What? Will you not do that?
We do that.
We do. But that's the type friends. That's my type friend.
What, you do that?
What, you don't do that?
No, I've never seen you do that.
If I say I'm talking to someone, they'll ask for a picture.
When you talk to someone, you don't say, I'm talking to this person. Or if I'm talking to somebody,
No,
I'm like,
if I'm dating somebody.
I'm not going to tell you.
Like actually dating him, bring him to a family barbecue.
So wait, what? You throw the brother's picture in the group?
If I'm bringing him to a family
Can
barbecue,
I just state? Not everyone's gonna meet my family like this. If I'm bringing to a family barbecue, it's gonna be a bit intense for real.
Don't start doing all that.
No, I'm not starting doing anything. No.
Listen.
But it's true. It's a family barbecue. It's a bit deep now.
No,
Yeah.
alright. It's not a family barbecue then.
Okay,
But at the same
then.
time, you're at the petrol station going to get petrol, and Louise is in the petrol station, and then the guy's in the car, and then she's like, "Oh, you know, my man that's in the car. What's going on?"
We're gonna have to talk about it. Like, what did you do?
You still haven't answered my question. How are you moving forward?
It's gonna be awkward. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, it's gonna be awkward.
So
That's what you leave it there.
I may end up dropping him out. To be honest,
I would drop him out.
I hate to say it. I'm gonna probably have to just be like, you know, it's not gonna work. He might be upset because he's not gonna think, well, it wasn't that deep. But it's gonna be a bit awkward. I think. Yeah.
For me, I cringe at the fact that like you've kissed my friend or like.
But can we just state though, like what sort of friend is it? Associate? Is it like?
We're gonna go. Katie, you interrupted Katie. Let Katie talk.
Okay, sorry.
Go on.
Yeah, for me, I'll cringe at the fact that you've been dealing with my friend. If my friend's at
Friend
my
or
bar,
best friend though, Carla?
both.
Okay.
Like, if it's my associate friend, in terms of, I don't really want to state names, but you know, like people that come to my birthday.
Okay.
And they're not my tightest circle, but they come to my birthday.
People, shout out to people that will go to a birthday.
I'm not tight circle.
Yeah, you're not tight.
No, they're my circle. Like, my day one.
You're not a circle.
Really putting words in my mouth.
Yeah,
You got a bad
Who
vibe.
said it?
Be careful.
They're not that tight.
No, but there's girls that like
I know
my
what you're saying,
circle
sure.
that will come to my birthday, and then there's girls that are my like
Associates,
sisters
yeah.
on my
Yeah.
Snapchat, like Snapchat on my WhatsApp. Like we have groups.
Group chat, yeah.
I've known them for 16 years. Like I don't really have new friends like that, so they will know the person, and I can't mess with him after that. I just can't.
So anybody in your circle, no.
Yeah,
even just a little bit out of my circle.
Yeah, no, anyone in my circle, no.
If it's just someone that follows me on Instagram, I don't owe you nothing. Or,
Yeah. That's what it is.
and you're not.
Alright, we're gonna come back to you. We're gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
Jen, what do you think? That the man, get me. You're dating a girl that you showed me. And I'm like, yo, Jen, like, you get me, like, a couple years ago, 5 years ago, yeah, me and her was about.
I think you guys have different opinions. I'm sorry, I'm judging you.
You're not even letting nobody talking about.
Yeah, so me personally, I wouldn't take it seriously with her.
But do you throw her in the group?
I just wouldn't take it. Huh?
Do you throw her in the group? You're saying that when you meet a girl, you throw them in the group and say, right.
No, I don't throw them in the group. But if I'm rolling with my brethren, I'm gonna show him my brethren that I met this new thing and get me this.
Ting?
Yeah, ting or whatever. It's a ting. It's a ting at first, isn't it?
I learned something new
It's not a date. It's not anything, is it? It's just a person.
Yeah.
A person, people, whatever you want to call it. This new lady, this empress, whatever you want to call it. I knew this new person today.
Vivian
You
Queen.
get what I'm saying? And then from there, obviously, as you be my brethren, and then we said, yeah, okay, and you're cool. And then you said, yeah, my shirt's on there.
That frees you up.
No, I'm a mash works on it, but
That's what I'm
I'm not
saying.
going to take it seriously.
I think guys are still mash works.
I'm
Guys
not
are different.
I'm a mash works on it, but I'm
I
not
can't
going to
mash works.
No,
with
listen,
I'm going to tell you, oh, you mash works on my brethren, did it? And I'm going to tell her, let her know everything.
You're going to do all of that?
Yeah, I'll talk to her about it.
Nah. I don't
We're
think
going to all
that's
talk.
Nah.
As a collective.
Wait a minute. This get confusing. Shen.
Oh my god, why me every day?
No, it's you every day. So wait, are you gonna group up, have a group meeting with Louise and the brother and talk about the whole thing?
In my group, well, Reese's family, so let's talk about my best friend, so like Carla and that, it would be in the group chat who I'm dating. So it's like...
So you throw them in the group chat?
100%.
All the man them out there?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
You're getting
But it
chat.
stays between us.
Wait, when you meet me, you know who like any guy that I've been with, they will know like who my main friends are, like straight away. You know that who.
How would I know?
Because we've been talking, we just talk about it, whatever. Like a guy would just know general chit chat, whatever. So you will know who my best friends are. So I will guys, I'm dating this person. I'll let them know. Like they'll give their opinion or whatever. Just a bit of was it CRB? CRB?
Yeah, CRB.
Yeah, but one of them
with my friends
might have done something and don't say nothing. They're like, oh, is it? Oh,
no,
we're gonna go back to that.
Yeah, my established friends wouldn't do that. But we'll say we did.
Hold on. So my thing is, Louise, is that
I'm Katie.
Oh yeah, sorry, Katie.
Right.
No, because you're talking about Louise.
Earlier.
My thing is that sometimes with the mandem circle, right? When a man shows you a picture of a girl and says that when you show him a picture of a girl and says, look, this is the thing I'm linking or chatting to, he might turn around and say, yeah, I used to link that. Yeah. But the girl itself is not her fault. Her integrity is still intact because he's not going into detail about how they used to link. She might have been taking him seriously, and he was some F-boy. You understand what I'm saying? But he's not, hold on. I haven't finished talking yet. But he's not saying, oh, that's what it was. Like, I was dating her, linking her, whatever, and she wanted more and I didn't. So that's why she got rid of me. Hold on. So I'm saying to you, in a malicious way, not even in a malicious way, but unconsciously being malicious, he'd be like, yeah, I used to link that. But then, as a man hearing that, it's like, do you know what I mean? But when you go into more depth of what happened, you find out that she wanted more from him, she took him seriously, and he just fucked her over. But the man never, in my experience, the man never explains that. Do you know what I mean? It's always, I used to link that. And it's just argument done. Your thing just dropped down. You get me?
Yeah, you know what?
You know what I'm saying? The man didn't beat that.
I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
I was going to say that's down to the woman. Like, if she's okay with dating two friends, like, so she's dated that friend and now she's dating this friend, and the other person is okay with it as well, I don't see the problem. But if you're asking about me, I couldn't date someone that's been with my friend. If that makes sense.
I wonder why that is, but everything's
that's
yeah, you said you didn't remember nothing.
No, Carla, I just wanted to establish friends because, I mean, there's different type of friends.
So that
matters.
I think that matters.
It matters.
That's why I said.
For me, it matters. If it's not my direct friend, then it's a bit different.
So they better get supply.
Well, if you're not my friend like that, then, well, yeah, because we're not friends.
Yeah, because if it's an Instagram follower that I'm just like, oh, hi, like, you good, or I see her out on social.
We're not friends, it's a bit different. But if it's my direct friend, then obviously it's a bit more, do you know what I mean?
Of course.
But what I'm trying to say to you, does it help the situation if you know more about what happened between them? No. If you say to the guy, if it's your direct friend, and the guy says, look, when I was seeing your friend, you get me, I wasn't serious, but with you, I'm serious about you.
No, if it's my best friend, I couldn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
This guy ain't got no chance, boy.
Well, then he hasn't. There's plenty of efficiency. I mean,
go on, Katie.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's my direct friend, and no matter what he says, I couldn't date him.
Well, if my best friend said it, it will have to be a no-go. If my associate said it, I don't really care.
But if KD says, when I used to link him, it was just a wood thing. He just wanted the wood and whatever. It was a link. It wasn't serious.
Taking the same wood as your friend. What the hell?
Yeah. I think it's different between, like, I don't know, because you guys are putting it on us. I mean, how are you guys when it comes to, you guys obviously don't care if your friend's been with a girl. I mean, sorry, let me rephrase that. Do you guys care if your best friend or associate has been with a girl you really care about?
I mean, it's pride. It's all pride at the end of the day. And it's pride and it's ego and it's how you own it. Yeah. Because obviously at the end of the day, if you decide that you don't care what this brother just told you that he beat your team, you have to run with that. You got to bring her to wherever he is and feel comfortable bringing her wherever he is.
Guys, you know what I'm saying? Tings, like, please. Females, girls at least, not tings.
Right there, until they're established, he's right, they're tings. You get me? Just like if you want to use a term, whatever term you want to use until he's established, and that's what it is. She's not established yet. So obviously when you, I don't know how it works for you lot, but when you're dating somebody, there's no establishment yet.
We start dating. We don't
seeing somebody, whatever the case may be, whatever. I don't know how you lot call it modern day society, but I'm saying that at the end of the day, until you're established, that's what it is. So before you're established and you're bringing them around the family and the friends and whatever, and then your friend goes, yeah, you know what, I used to do a thing with him. You get me? Are you going to want to know more detail about how they went down because you're feeling this guy? You get me? This possibly could work out with you and him, but because he's been with your friend and whatever, you just all of a sudden throw that away.
It won't go nowhere. It won't.
That's a shame.
Dred, what about you? Like what I said, the question I asked Billy. I mean,
would you want to know more about what happened?
If you really liked a girl, Dred, and she's been one of your best friends or your close friends, how are you going to treat her? If nothing's wrong with her, she's fine, she's everything you want.
And then you asked me about it, and I said to you, bro.
He beat her.
Yeah, I said to you, but
the ego's kicking in.
Not even beat her. He's come to me and he said to me, you know what, like, I've told him that I've slept with her, but I didn't just leave it as that. I said, yo, Dred, bro, I was finessing her. I was pretending that. Wow. See, you're dark. You're very dark.
Dark as shit.
Yeah, you're too dark. So when I'm saying to you, bro, it didn't. I was finessing her, innit? Like I was pretending that I wanted to be with her and whatever until I got the thing, and then I was out. You get what I'm saying? It's a bit different because she still got her integrity. That was me that finessed her. Do you know what I'm saying? So why he's taking her seriously, she's taking him seriously, just because I was being a finesser, and because remember, it's happening right now, but it's just that we don't know who the guy is. Do you know what I mean? When we take on any woman, she's been finessed by us, every guy, but we just don't know who they are. It's just happens to be that one of the finessers is in our circle, but does it make a difference?
What would he do?
What would you do?
I said it from before. I wouldn't take her seriously.
So basically, it kind of mirrors what me and KD saying. Then basically, when it's your good
Let me
friend.
explain.
Okay, sorry, I just thought.
Yeah, I just wouldn't take her seriously. I just wouldn't like if I've linked somebody. If I'm linking somebody and you said, "Oh, Jen, yeah, me and I did a thing."
Even if you proper like her.
I didn't just say that though. I went into more detail on it. If you ask me
no
about it,
matter what you say, from when you said you've done a thing, because you're my brethren.
Yeah.
Because you're my brethren, like they said, because you're my brethren, I'm going to be like, you know what, let me allow that. The reason is because I could tarnish my relationship with you for this thing. So I'd rather just be like, you know what, forget that thing, because you're my brethren from years and years and years ago.
Okay.
This is a new thing that I'm just going to link.
Okay.
You've been mashing works on it. I'm about to mash on works on it. I'm going to mash works on it, but it ain't going to be a serious thing.
Just fuck her. Just fuck her. Okay,
that's it.
It will never be anything else.
Yeah, and that's it. And I said the same thing before. I said I'll mash works on it, but it wouldn't be. I wouldn't take it seriously because I'd just be thinking my brethren try and mash works on this, and it's something that you check out. Like if you're linking a thing, you're gonna check out who you're mashing, what you're mashing.
It's not so easy.
You can't find out every single person, and you're not gonna know every single person.
Say, if she's got a wifey material, everything, the whole package.
Yeah,
we can
she
do.
loves you, adores you.
This is what I'm saying.
Take care of your whole heart.
I've set the tone.
Because your friend said.
Yeah, but that's part of the package messed up, innit? Because the package comes with you not fuck around my friend. So the package is you just fucked up the package. You get me? That don't make no sense. You had the whole package,
and you messed it up,
but you just messed up the package. So now it's not a whole package.
New package.
So no, it's not. She can have all of the packages and everything, but from when that happened, the package is messed up. I'm not in it. I'm not in it. Like I said, I'll mash works and maybe even be cool, but then. In the back of my head, I might even... It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to me moving forward and going far, because at the end of the day, my brother's going to be looking at me like, what kind of ways, man? Of course he is.
Do you know what?
I hope
it's childish.
No. I would. If I'm mashing, and I told you I'm mashing something, and you're taking it seriously, I'm going to say to you, bro, didn't I tell you I'm mashing the thing?
No, but
why are you taking it seriously?
Listen to this. I also believe you get older and you grow. You get me? Especially as you get older, it's harder to meet somebody that matches your standpoint moving forward.
Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
I feel as well. I just do feel that time matters. I mean,
no, but I also feel that some people, like I said,
could be a childhood sweetheart.
Some people are missing out on partners because of certain things that their probably mind hasn't matured enough to deal with yet. Maybe dating outside your race, your mind is not mature enough to deal with it yet, or look into it, or being open minded, and also someone that might have been with someone in your circle, you could possibly miss out on getting to know that person as well, because obviously you feel like you can't handle that. You get me? You can't bring that person around, but you have to own everything that comes with that person. The fact that they're something with your friend, you don't give it no energy, you don't make it a big deal, you can probably still progress and be happy. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, but the truth always sets you free, innit? So I always just tell the truth, innit? Just tell the truth.
All right. Let's switch the scenario.
You can't be happy about the truth.
Let's switch the scenario. So, I was having a conversation with my brethren, right? Yeah. And he was off camera, and I was talking to him, and he went through something where one girl that he was with was seeing somebody else, and he found out. So we was having a conversation about
cheating.
Yeah.
Okay.
That he was with.
If I know him, he knows his game. You get me? He knows when it comes to he knows the woman game or whatever. You get me? So we was having a conversation because he's very good at what he does. You get me? Always got gal here, rah rah rah. And he said to me, So he said to me, in his opinion, he'd never come across anything like this. And we was having a debate about women being better cheaters than men. Okay. So we was discussing it, and I was saying to him, bro, like I completely agree. You get me? And I want to know from your opinion and your opinion, KD, why I believe women are better cheaters, and if you have anything to say about that in terms of men being better cheaters or women, I want to know why. Or what's the information?
I mean, I'm not gonna. Like, what do you mean? Like, would you want to get into
No,
it?
don't hold back.
I'm not gonna hold back, but I'm gonna be a snitch.
Nah, you're notified.
No.
Talk up.
You're
to
notified.
No, this is a matter of opinion here. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think men, you see, us women, we're more clued up, so we get it. Like, we will know something. We'll know when your energy's off. We'll know when you're moving wrong.
Like intuition.
We'll know intuition. You see, intuition. Females, you know out here. Intuition for me, from my experience, is very, very real. I think men are messy with it. I'm sorry to say, men are very messy. So we can pick up. You guys just give us the information without us even fucking knowing anything.
Not every man.
Like, not every man, but some men give us the information before anything. I believe.
So
Females. I think if we are going to cheat, I mean, most likely don't cheat. But if you was to cheat, it'll be very prepared and organised properly.
So,
Yeah.
but he said to me that he believed that the reason why she cheated on him was more of revenge. His standpoint is women cheat more for revenge. Do you agree with that?
Not really.
Revenge.
Yeah, like because she found out he was doing something.
I think women probably cheat because they find something that's not in their man. So that man's giving them something more, or the attention, or whatever it may be, that their current boyfriend isn't.
Okay.
And I think they cheat for that security.
All right. So, right, let's not go off subject here. So,
Yeah.
men are messy with it. That's your standpoint.
I might not be talking the truth, but in my opinion, I just feel that men are very messy when they cheat because the partner they're with, or the main girl, for example, they're seeing if they're not in a relationship, will know when something's not right with them. This is a matter of my opinion. So I just feel men are a bit.
Because women are more nosy.
We're not more nosy. We just understand more because we think more. You guys don't really. Sorry, not you guys. I don't want to categorize people, but some men don't really think as women do. Like, yeah.
Okay. Katie, what do you think?
For me, I think some men don't pick up the signals. So us women, we're very good at picking up signals and know when something's off.
Pattern changes.
Whereas a man might not even know that his woman's been crying for a day. He won't even clock that she's been upset for the past 3 days. He'll go about his day, going to work, doing this.
I think she's being moody.
Linking up with his boys, coming back home, but not understanding that actually my woman's not even happy. They don't even. Man won't even pick up the signal.
Wait, hold a minute.
Let's do it.
My man's been at work all day. You come home crying and you didn't even notice.
She might have been at work all day. She might have been at work all day.
But a woman can cry. A woman could be sick, cry, do whatever, and go to work like nothing.
Yeah, but we're talking about who's a better
No,
cheater. What's going on there?
what Carla's
that's what I'm saying.
She's making a point. This is what she's saying. What she's saying is, you guys won't notice.
You won't pick up the signal.
Females will just notice. Look, do you know what? Man don't feel too good today. You know, he's not really himself. Do you know what I mean?
This is a load of bollocks.
No, it's not a load of bollocks, man. It's the truth.
It's true.
I can tell if a man's not happy. Like, you can.
He wants to say something.
Go on.
I think he knows.
No,
So
for
hold
me,
back, Fred.
I would notice if my girl's not acting right because obviously we have a certain expectation that you should deal with me and certain things. So if you're not acting right, I would know. So we would notice if you're not acting right. The thing about it, we don't make a big deal about it. So that's the difference about it. So the problem is...
Don't know.
That's it. So we would know. So the thing about it is that we would see and we won't make a big deal about it because...
That's why.
Hold on.
No, I want to know
Let him
why.
finish.
Yeah, because we won't make a big deal of it because it's something that you're just going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no need to make a big deal out of it. Because sometimes, when you're making a big deal out of something, for men, we're very like, let's just get on with it. With women, it's just like, no, stop, I need to sort this out. I need to stop. We don't want to stop. We want to keep moving. So I come in the house, okay, you're in the mood. I'm not in the mood. So my responsibility is not to pick up your mood as a man. My responsibility as a man is to carry on and do what I need to do so that I can provide, so that I can be the man that I want to be. For a woman, they have a different perspective. A woman comes in the house, the man...
You have to take it on.
The man sitting in the yard, they will take it on.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's not that we don't notice. It's not that we don't care. It's just that certain things we don't take on and certain
You're
things
listening.
You lot
We're
take,
listening.
and certain things you lot take on. So we will notice. We'll see you crying, but you know what? We're not even gonna. Why are you crying? Don't worry.
But I just think that's
we're not gonna do that. And go on, you say what you got.
no, I just think it's very selfish of men to say that, you know, because your world's crashing down and mine isn't, I shouldn't really care about or take notice of what's going on with your world because it's not important to you.
That's a bit strong, you know.
Because it's not important to you. Doesn't mean that it's not important to her.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah, is it every man or most man or some man?
Some
with what?
So it depends.
So what this happens to? Where this
I can't talk for every man.
No.
One, I'm not a man.
Your experience.
It's your experience.
For most men, yeah.
You're talking from your experience.
Men.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's your experience, isn't it? So from your experience, most men, yeah,
they can't pick up the signal that.
Yeah, they can't pick up the signals that. So then obviously that is how men are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can you expect if most men do something? How can you expect
anything more from them
that they don't do? So
he's dropping gems.
That's why I asked you: is it
the rest?
If it was just some of them,
you know what?
If you do something, I understand.
You don't think you're sick.
No, it's common sense.
No,
if I expect something from a woman, I'm not gonna get upset when she does it because
he's back this week.
Women do it.
He's back this week.
So
he's back this week.
Most men, if most men, don't do something, then that's just the way men are. Wait, stop. Yeah, most women do.
Okay.
Then that's the way women are. So why can't you accept that?
So then you can't say women are clever cheaters if you're not picking up.
No, we're talking about something else.
No. Let me.
He made his point. He made his point of what he said. So he's saying that if you're experiencing repeat behavior in different men, then that should show that is the level of where men are when it comes to thinking. Because I experience a lot of repeat behavior in women. You know what I mean? Different women from sister to mum and whatever. So that's how women are.
So you can't say women are clever cheaters.
Hold on. I don't expect something. If you start to expect, that's where you go wrong.
Yeah.
Because you're a woman expecting a man to act like a woman.
Yeah.
How can you do that?
Yeah.
You just said most men. So that's how men act.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
So now these little 2 or 3% of these that don't, they're obviously acting like women because they're not acting like most men.
They're not acting like women.
That's why I
they're just more understanding.
Hold on.
You're very,
you know what? You see, we're gonna go back to you now. Go on, Shem.
But I don't understand. This where you men go wrong. Why don't you give your woman attention or speak to her, communicate with her? If she's upset, why would you leave her?
No, we're not talking about women being upset. Let's not go off topic here. Okay. Listen, he made a point. His point, which I can understand, being a man.
I understand it.
Right?
That you are.
Yeah, that I am. Is about expectation.
You have two men telling you the same thing, and you're still resistant.
What are you actually telling me?
Listen. Let me explain first. You're off topic because you're not letting me explain.
Okay.
He's talking about expectation, right? So he's saying that when you're looking at things in a level of averages, if you're in your experience, the average level of most men are behaving a certain way, that should tell you that is the pattern behavior in most men. So if you expect anything beyond that, you're wrong for expecting beyond that, because as men, we understand that there's expectations that we see in women in averages as well, and we get to understand that's how most women are. So we don't expect anything beyond that because
why can't my man be different?
That's your business. That's your business.
You're getting it wrong. I'm not expecting him.
Yeah, hold on.
It's not about expectation.
It is about expectation because there is a difference between the way men think and the way men and women do things. There is a difference, and this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the conversation we're not having. Our expectations in relationships. Yeah.
But then when you ask what you expect,
hold on. We're gonna come to you. We're gonna come to you. One sec. Go on, Katie, because she all now, you know.
Okay.
Go on, Katie.
Now what?
No, you ain't had a chance.
I can't remember what I was going to say, but at the beginning we spoke about expectations. What I was going to say, as an adult, I can't expect anything from anyone. I don't expect a man to know when I'm upset. That's up to me to deal with and for me to heal with.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So you can't say that women are better cheaters because you don't notice it, that she's upset.
That's not what we were talking about.
It was originally.
It went off a little bit. It went off a little bit.
Yeah, but the way that got to that is because women are meant to be better cheaters.
You said most men. He's picking you up on your analysis in terms of what you notice in terms of average behavior in most men in your experience. So what he was trying to explain is that if you have noticed that there's a pattern behavior in most men that you've come across, that means you shouldn't expect anything beyond that, because that is how men are. That's how most men are. So what he's saying is, if he understand his analysis of how there's certain behaviour in women, how most women are in his experience, he doesn't expect anything beyond that. And that was his whole point. And then we was going to go back to the scenario. But you made a statement about most men, which I agreed with him, because I don't expect certain things from certain women, because I've done my analysis on the averages and realised that certain pattern in behaviour from women around me, in my experience, is the same. So how can I expect anything beyond that? Yes, you get some women are different. Yes, you get some men that are different. But in most cases, you get the same behaviour, showing that most men think that way. But you will get the odd one that's a little bit different. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so my answer to that is, like, the guy that I'm with now, he actually picks up on that behaviour when I'm not happy. So that's the guy I want to marry, because he's not like most men. He's different.
All right. Most men that you've experienced.
Yeah, and he's different to most men, hence why I see him.
Not most men in general.
In my experience.
Okay,
of course. This is my opinion coming from what my experience is. So
there you go.
In my experience, if I see a guy that's not acting like most men, actually going out of the way to be, extraordinary, or, that's the guy I want to marry.
Okay, all right.
I agree.
So, all right. So we cleared that up. Yeah. In terms of why he made to understand that statement. Yeah. Now there is a difference in the way we do things as men and as women. Standard. And the thing is, we need to highlight and understand those differences with the way we do things and respect them. Because at the end of the day, you can't expect me to think like you in certain circumstances. Yeah. Don't expect me to think like you in certain circumstances. And that's where the clashing can happen a lot, because you're expecting more from him and he can't go beyond that. And I'm expecting less from you, and you can't go beyond that because you want more, if that makes sense.
And I just wanted to state, just because he doesn't act like most men, it doesn't mean he's not a man. He's more of a man in my eyes.
Defending my boy, my G,
He was like, if he's not like most men, not saying like my situation, but he was like, if there's not like most men, then he's acting like a woman. That's not the truth.
No.
But what he's doing is conforming to a woman.
Yeah.
That's all he's
not
doing.
Really.
Yeah, of course he is.
How?
Because he's doing
because he
what
understands
most men don't do.
Because he understood that his woman wasn't upset.
If that's what he wants to do, and that's how he is, then he's conforming to what a woman's way of thinking is.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because
which is beautiful in my eyes.
That's beautiful to your eyes. I get that. Some women want that. Some women don't. Some women don't want no sensitive man.
He's not sensitive.
Hold on. Listen, you're going to personal now.
No, he recognises when I'm upset. How can you be sensitive because you recognise when someone's not upset?
I hear you, but listen, he clarified. He clarified certain things when he said before, because I was actually really listening to him. I listened to everybody here.
Right.
He said when he gets he said the pattern of behaviour when he is upset and when his woman is upset, her expectations of him and his expectations of her, and he's saying that his expectation when he's upset, he doesn't want to put that onto her because we don't make a big deal out of it. You understand what I'm saying? He says when it comes to his missus, she predicates it onto him and wants to make a big deal out of it. No, we got to stop now, rah, rah, rah. We just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? That's what he explained. So if your man caters to you, he's not doing anything wrong. But also, let's just clarify.
No, all he would say is let's communicate what's wrong with you.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. We're not saying that. But I'm saying to you, at the end of the day, and also, when it comes to dealing with men, let me drop you some gems, ladies. It's about timing. It's all about timing as well. You got to know when to bring up certain things, because you lot just run. Sometimes, in my experience, women run on emotion and bring up things at the wrong time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
So,
I agree.
So it's all about timing, because at the end of the day, you have to understand when we come and we're in your environment, your energy. That's supposed to be our safe haven.
Yeah.
We already battling the struggle that you mentioned out there, bro. You get me worrying if we're gonna get pulled over today, whatever the case may be, and being the bottom of the scale as a black man. We know that already. So when we come home, it's supposed to be a safe haven. So there is expectations in terms of when I get home, what you expect from me and what I expect from you, and sometimes they are different. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real with that. You get what I'm saying? Back to the scenario.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You lot being the best cheaters.
But that's what I'm saying. You think women are the best cheaters, but my whole point of what I was trying to say is because you don't recognise when a woman's unhappy. It's not that we're better cheaters. You just don't see it.
So So you're saying women only cheat when they're unhappy?
Not necessarily.
No, going back to what I said again. So men don't look for that.
Yeah, so that's why you think we're better cheaters, because you're not looking for it.
There you go.
Women ain't cheating on you, that's why.
How do I know? I'm not looking for that.
Off camera, you know what you're doing. You're getting wavy again.
We don't look for that.
Yeah.
We don't look for that. Because no, men don't look for that. As far as I'm concerned, I don't I don't look for that. Women, that's their pride and joy.
Not necessarily, but yeah.
Yeah, but they do.
Well, we go
It
around.
may not be necessarily, but you just said to me, because he's this way and he's sensitive and whatever.
I never said he was sensitive.
Okay, because he can adjust to your, or knows your feelings, or know when you're feeling some way and maybe like, oh babe, how do I feel this way? He has a certain sensitivity to you. So he has an understanding to you.
He just sees when I'm upset, so he's like, "What's wrong? Let's talk about it.
You're
Let's
really
hash it out."
defending this. You're
Yeah, but
defending.
he's making him sound like some weak man. Like, babe, what is wrong
But
with
the thing
you?
is, hear him out though.
No,
Hear him out.
but-
Hear him out, because
I know you're trying to.
He's not putting down your guy.
Thing. I'm explaining something.
Yeah, he's not putting down your
That's what
guy.
I
understand
Don't take
that.
it personal. He's
It's
not
not
putting
a
down your guy.
personal thing.
Yeah, let him explain though. He's not putting down your
I'm
guy.
explaining
Okay.
something. I was explaining something. I'm not going to explain it no more because I don't want
Right.
to get me. It's not a personal thing. But I do feel like how a man acts a certain thing and how a woman acts a certain thing is two different things. Let me talk about my father and man. Man, we're not in it. Yeah, it's only these recent generation, man, that's been in it and so on it, how they are. Men are not the same as they were used to be.
Yeah.
So your dad's never asked your mum why is she
I've
upset?
never said that. You're too nicky picky.
Yeah,
You're not
because I'm not trying to
understanding
understand.
No, listen, just
you're not
listen.
understanding the
Just
situation.
listen.
You're
Just
nicky
listen.
picky. What you're doing is you're saying you're making a scenario into a small
Yeah, because I'm trying to understand.
No,
Yeah.
just listen.
So what you have to understand is I'm not talking about you and your relationship.
You're talking about, yeah.
So that's it.
Okay, so you
then
said
don't
about your
have to say
father.
anything. So when I'm not talking about you and your relationship, you don't have to go why, because I'm not talking about you and your relationship.
Okay.
I'm talking about men and women. Men are different now than they were back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that men are 10 times as sensitive as they were. Back in the day, men were sensitive. They cared about their women. They listen to the songs. Listen to the music that was coming out. They had a different
love
I'm
songs.
not saying that we don't care
Yeah,
about
yeah.
our women and we don't care about how she feels, etc. But what I'm trying to say is men and women have a different emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I can't take on your emotion every single time. I'm not saying that I can't come in the house and see if you're crying. I'm not going to be like, what are you crying for, you little idiot? Stop crying.
Yeah.
I'm more sensitive than that. I have a common sense.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is for men, it's like, why would you be crying over that?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So we don't even fathom why you're even crying over
That's
that.
my
So
point.
I'm not saying that we wouldn't be sensitive to you
But
and
does that
care
make it
about.
okay?
Hold on.
No, I never said it's okay, but I'm just trying to make an understanding between men
And women.
women.
Yes.
And that's
Alright,
all I'm
alright,
saying
cool.
is that you're trying to make men and women the same, and that's
Yeah.
what I said.
Right.
Yeah.
Men and
But
women
you
are
know
not the same.
Do you know
That's
what?
all I'm trying to say, and they have different ways of dealing with things.
Yeah.
So when I come in the house, there's certain things that a woman may be like, oh man, and I'm like, what is that? How are you crying over that? Obviously, I'm not gonna diss her, but I can't be as sensitive to that because
You
it's
don't
not
get it.
something that I'm as sensitive to.
You don't
Yeah.
get it.
That's all I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm not saying I'm gonna dismiss my woman, but I'm saying that you have to understand between a man and a woman, we have certain things that we're sensitive to. So going back to even cheating, like what you said, we don't look for that.
Yeah.
You're sensitive to that.
Yeah.
So that's why you look for that.
Yeah.
We're not sensitive to that, so we don't look for that.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm trying to say
Yeah.
from what you're saying and from what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying because
Yeah.
your man thinks he's a sensitive guy. I'm just saying, every man, if you've got a girl, make sure you're sensitive to your girl. Make sure you cater to your girl. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If your girl's in an upset situation, find out what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is we have different ways of dealing with things.
We do.
Come
I'm not
to
disagreeing.
the whole
We
thing.
do.
So
We do.
it's not why, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why I don't understand, because you lot are going, why is a man? Because a man and a woman is different and we're built differently.
Yeah.
I
So like
understand
you
that.
said,
Of course we
most
are.
men,
Yeah.
and I can say most women act a certain way and most act a certain way. But when it comes to the situation we're talking about is cheating, that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about is
Yeah.
cheating. The reason why we don't care is because we're not sensitive to that, and that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
You women take that on, and that's what you're looking for.
Okay, so
That's the
why-
I don't think you
conversation
notice.
that's had between you and your friend.
Yeah.
Me and my friends don't have that.
No, we don't talk
conversation.
about that. You're right.
We don't
You're
talk
right.
about
Yeah.
if
Hold
you're
on.
cheating, you know,
Hold on.
my cheating. We don't. That don't even come
That's
up.
because
Yeah.
of pride, though. That's
No,
because we're
yeah,
embarrassed.
because we're
we don't be
because
embarrassed
no,
about that.
hold on,
That's
hold on,
why.
hold on.
That's
Shed,
pride.
shed.
different species,
Yeah.
and you have to understand that.
Hold
It's
on.
not because of
I
pride.
understand.
Let her talk. Let her
That's
talk.
what
Let her
I
talk.
think.
Hold on.
I
Go
hear
on.
what you're saying. I fully agree with you. Like, you know, men and women are very different. I understand that. But that's because you lot with men, it's more of a pride thing. So if you thought your girl was cheating, this is my opinion. If you thought your girl was cheating, you lot ain't gonna tell your friends because you lot are embarrassed to tell your friends.
Okay.
Whereas I will express to my best friend, like, do you know what? I think my man's cheating on me. I will say this is my best friend, and like we'll talk about it. But I think with men, you guys, there's too much pride involved. You don't even tell your friends how you feel. 100% you won't.
Oh, come on. You're not involved in this. No, you're not. You're not involved in this. Go on.
Can I just say, that's not true, because
most
of my brethren that had a girl that cheated on me, on them, they told me.
Exactly.
Well, after it happened.
Hold on.
We're not talking about that though. We're talking about when you think it's going on. That's what we're talking about. When you think it's going on.
Sorry, you're not answering. I'm sorry, you are not answering the question.
So when it comes to things that we uphold, we uphold different things and put it forward. I understand your point. I listen to you. Remember, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, Yeah, we got you to listen to it. We listen to you. You get me? And I'm listening to everybody here. And from I'm listening to him and he's speaking and you lot want to talk, everything that's coming from you lot is expectation. It's expectation.
Exactly.
No, I'm telling you my vibe. I'm telling you the vibe. It's expectation.
You're right.
He's explaining this is what it is flat and you lot are still expecting. That's my point.
Can I finish up, please?
Go on.
So obviously you're saying you don't really feel you need to address your girl when she's in her mood or whatever. Like
you never said that.
Not so many words address, but you don't feel because you're a man. You don't feel you need to do.
He never said that again. No, you're mixing up the thing. Rascal, you're mixing up the thing.
What am I mixing it out? What am I doing?
You didn't listen to what he said, did you?
You haven't listened.
You haven't listened. You haven't listened. Let me explain. He said that it's not why she's crying, it's what you're crying over. Okay. He's explaining what it is. So he's analysing and saying it's the source of why she's upset. That's his whole point. We don't get upset over things that women get upset over. That's his point. We're listening.
Okay, so but what was that? What's
finish off your thing.
No, cheating
because it's a part.
I'm a bit confused.
Can I
there is. It's not off topic, but bro, listen.
Go on.
Sorry guys, you lot are not following this conversation at all. No, I swear you lot are waved. I get him 100%.
I've actually got an answer.
No, I got him 100% because what it is, I said to you just within the conversation, it stems into other things. When someone makes a point, you're gonna challenge that, and that's what's been going on. So we will go back to that.
What's she saying?
No, you're on something different this week, Seriously, I swear down.
Okay, so
you turn around and tell me about you want to talk about things like this, and you can't even hold it down.
So we can agree, that men and women are obviously completely different, like from what you're saying.
In certain situations,
So if a man doesn't notice because he's a man, he doesn't notice his woman. It's not that she's a better cheater. It's just that you said he's not looking for it. He's not noticing it, and that was my point.
That's what I said.
He's not noticing it. He's not looking for it. So it's not that women are better cheaters. He's just not focusing on that.
No. Your point was it's because a man's not sensitive. Why
I didn't say sensitive. That came out of your mouth.
Okay,
I said he's not noticing.
He doesn't notice when you're.
And that's what you basically said.
Feeling a certain way.
You're not noticing it because you're not looking for it.
The reason why a woman would cheat is because
that's not the reason.
The man may be treating her better, or maybe doing these other things that's making her feel good. But
that her boyfriend's not doing.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
You did say that.
That's one reason. That's not all the whole.
Yeah, but that's the most.
That's what we're riding on.
But most men won't notice, so you're gonna go cheat because most men don't notice.
No, because
you told me that most men don't notice, so because most men don't notice, you're gonna go cheat. When they don't.
No, she might be cheating already because you're not doing what she wants you to do. Exactly. And there might be miscommunication in that. And you're not even noticing that. That's what I'm saying. Because you said yourself, as a man, you don't notice those little things.
No.
The reason why you might think
He never said that. He never said that. He's still not listening. He said he doesn't look for that.
Yeah,
he said
so he's not looking for it.
No, when he said he doesn't look
for it.
If I come in the yard and I see my girls, I'm gonna ask her, babe, are you okay?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm gonna. Yes, of course I'm gonna ask her.
Okay.
Now, if she tells me,
before you
hold on.
Wait, if she tells me, well, something happened at work and Tracy said this, I'm gonna be like, oh, is that what you're upset about?
If she tells you she's not.
Wait. Is that what you're upset about? I'm going to say, from my perspective, how I look at things. Well, fuck work, you can leave work if you want to leave work. I don't understand why you're there living under that, because this is how men kind of think, innit?
Yeah,
I agree. We're kind of blunted with
solution focus.
Yeah, so now because I've said that, kind of fuck work, like, don't worry about work, fuck Tracy, because if you can't quit that work, I don't even know why you work for them in the first place, because you can do things bigger and better. And then I've carried on and just left out the house. It doesn't mean I don't care.
No, of course.
I care.
But that's not my point.
Going back to Shen. Sorry.
No, I'm listening to him.
I was saying, what if she's not? If a woman cheats because she's not happy at work, that's just foolishness.
No.
But I'm saying that's not my scenario. What I'm trying to say is, imagine you're not seeing things that she's not happy in a relationship as a whole, and you're not noticing that.
Okay.
So not that she's a better cheater. You said that you probably just won't notice that because you're just...
No, but if you're in a relationship, I'm sure she can mention those things.
But that's what I'm saying. Some girls don't. They don't have the courage, or that's probably why they just go out and cheat.
All right, we're going into a different thing now. All right, I understand where everybody's coming from 100%, and this is why this conversation needs to be. I'm listening. Remember, I've got no input. I'm just listening to you. And I'm trying to bring it together, and make sense, and respect everybody's point of view. You get me? Yes, we can establish that when it comes to certain situations, men attack certain things different, women attack certain things different.
Yeah.
And when he says he doesn't look for it, he means that that's not at the front of our lobe. Yeah. She mentioned that if she feels like her man is cheating, she's already gonna ring the bell. If he feels like his girl's cheating, this brother ain't saying nothing to me until he's got confirmation.
This is my point.
You heard what I said?
Okay.
Yeah. He's not going to say nothing to me until he's got it there and then that this is what happened and I caught her, or this is what's in her phone or whatever. You will say something if you have a feeling or if the vibe ain't right.
Yeah.
That's how you started off the conversation.
Yeah, I did.
So that's why I said it's not at our frontal lobe. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we as a man, I do enough where I feel like I'm there for my woman. But if she's expecting anything beyond that, I'd explain it to her and say, look, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? That's not, you get me? And it brought him back to my point, something he really said that really stood out to me, bro, that the difference between men now and later. I think I've got old school principles and so does he. That's why I fuck with this brother, no homes. You get me? Because he just has that in him when it comes to us trying to be men and keep that principle going. It's still there. Doesn't mean that we're not sensitive to women. Like he said, he's not going to come and watch his woman cry all day and then not say nothing and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean that. But there's a lot of men now that acting like gal. You get me? They're going too far with it.
He's acting like a girl.
Yeah.
Please state that. I don't get it.
Go on, say.
So I believe acting like a girl, is doing things that men wouldn't do. So conforming to things. So like you said, most men, but then why are those others doing things that most men don't do?
Which is?
I don't know. You're the one that said it.
No, I said most men don't notice the woman when they're upset. So not that she's crying in front of you, but she'd be crying at work all day, and then she might have like a
that brother's a madman, you know. Because are you a woman crying and you don't understand? He didn't say that. He's not ignoring that fact. He's saying that he's not saying that he doesn't notice certain things. He's saying it's the source of why she's upset. So the fact that he's ignoring her, because I've never seen had a woman upset around me blatantly and I've ignored it. But if I feel like, sometimes I leave it to a woman's devices. You come and tell me when you're ready, because I'm not. Maybe you don't want me to know. When you're ready to talk, no one can stop you from talking when you're ready to talk. Yes or no, Shen?
No,
you get me?
Trust me.
I'm so
But can I say something?
Go on.
Clearly, the scenario we just said about cheating, clearly, overall, I just feel, in my opinion, that, this is my opinion, I just feel that women cheat better than men because men want to notice afterwards. Like you said, you want to notice, if you will notice when everything's all established, all done and dusted, you literally got the physical evidence. With women, we will notice before you even do it. So we will know your intentions. And that's obviously what the problem is. That's why you guys feel that women do it better, because you guys wait till after the scenarios happen.
Hence what I was trying to say is that we might notice things that you don't notice, because men don't notice things that we might notice. Because we're different.
This is what it is.
No, but you think that. That's what you're thinking.
No, you said you don't
think that because I would know if it's I feel.
But we're talking about cheating here.
Yeah, no, I feel because I've been with somebody and I've felt like they're speaking to someone else.
Yeah.
They happen.
So
I have that
intuition.
So I have that intuition.
Let him talk.
So I have that intuition, right?
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't notice, but the thing is I react to it as a man differently than a woman.
I believe in it.
So the second I saw that, do you know what I did? I just left that woman to it. I just left her to it. I just like, alright, cool.
Well, that's up to you.
Alright, cool. My relationship with that woman is different. I wouldn't go to that woman and expect her to do something different outside of what you don't want to do. If that's what you want to do, lady, you do that, but you're not going to have me. That's it. But I'm not going to say to you, who's this and what's so did this.
Pressure it.
And then pressure you and make you feel away.
Yeah.
I'm going to say to you, and if you ever ask me, I'm going to say to you, do you know what I'll say to you? You know why I'm not there.
Yeah, but
Because you know! You know why I'm not there.
Oh shit!
I've done it before.
But
I've left and been like, what do you?
This is why.
Was it trap? Yes.
Whereas women like to hold on.
Yes, and we deal with things differently.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I say. It's not that we don't care. It's pride. We have a certain
That's what she
pride.
said.
I've got pride.
So we're starting to agree now.
So I'm not going to sit down there and argue with you about Dave that you've been talking to. If you've been talking to Dave, that's your business. I'm gone.
Can I just say something? Right? If you're talking to Sally, I'm going to tell my mate, do you know what? I think he's talking to this girl called Sally on so-and-so. Whereas men, you guys ain't going to say it to your friends until you know, I know he's talking to Dave. That's where it all goes wrong.
No, don't go.
That's why you think women are better cheaters.
Not goes wrong.
You want to get all our evidence together.
Sorry, can I just finish? That's why you guys feel women are better cheaters, because obviously you guys wait till you
ask us. Don't tell us what we feel. Ask us.
No, with a man,
I should feel.
With a man, I wouldn't even tell him. Even after I found out, with a man they act. With a woman they talk.
I do both, boy.
No.
Literally.
Yeah.
I've left cheaters, so obviously clearly we leave as well.
He's right.
I do both.
Women say,
tell the community.
It happened to her.
Tell the community.
Yeah. I'm not putting up with that. You're still putting up with it.
Yeah, but some women do that.
You think you can do that to me? He did it to you.
Literally.
Yeah, that's women. They talk. Men. Oh, is that what you're doing? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but some women do that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, where's he gone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's actually gone.
A long time.
Yeah.
Where's Dread gone?
Yeah.
I had one guy who just disappeared on me. Why? We're not talking about it. You don't love to chat about it. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
But there's women that have left
So that's why, going back to what you said, there is most probably more men more women that cheated on men, but the men just cut. We're not talking about it.
Yeah.
Women cut too, though.
Yeah.
No, we're not saying that women don't cut.
Okay.
I'm talking about he's mentioning the way it's dealt with. That's what he's saying. You don't need to listen. You don't need to listen.
But you guys are this what's the word? Dismissing what I'm saying.
No way.
Is it not a pride thing? Is what I'm saying.
He said it. He said it's pride. You're not listening.
Okay.
Take the drink away from her. Take the drink away from her.
I'm not drunk. I'm just saying, like, so it's a pride thing. I said earlier on. So
He said it.
right.
He said
that I'm right. That's all.
That's right.
He said that he's not even going to tell his president what went down. Yeah,
Pride.
and he explained the difference. No, it's not nothing to do with pride. Bro, you telling me what you went through, what difference does it make?
The men are different.
Exactly.
We don't talk.
Yeah, you
I
get
don't
me.
say that. Like with women, it's like going through this. We don't do like that. We just gotta go through it.
Yeah,
we just gotta go through it.
Yeah.
So we don't be like, oh my god, I had the police pull me over today. I was up all night doing this. I was just hustling and bustling. I had to jump over this wall, and oh my god, it was just too. We don't talk about the shit that we go through.
No.
I've been going through the whole shit the whole today.
There's a lot of mental
Just
health.
today. I've been going through a whole load of shit.
Yeah.
I won't be mentioning it to my girl.
Yeah.
But if my girlfriend goes through a whole load of shit today, I'll be there listening.
Yeah. And then the thing is,
that's just how it is.
And then the difference is, she expects the same thing from him. That's the cross.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, certain things that he expects from her as a man, she doesn't do, and that's the cross. That's the thing. And as I said before in the beginning of the conversation, it's identifying those things and respecting them to say, you know what, that's a man thing. Because sometimes, if you ask a man something and he doesn't want to talk to you, just leave him. He'll come back around. He'll come and chat to you and tell you what I want. He might not want to talk to you there and then. You know what I mean? But in certain situations, women are just like, oh, he's cheating, something's going on. It's always gone to a negative place. It's gone to a negative place because he's going on funny. But we manage things different in our life compared to a woman. You get me? And you women manage things different in your life compared to men. We carry different things on our shoulders.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just identifying those things, having a love language, communicating and having a love language between your partner and identifying those things and respecting them. You get what I'm saying? Like he said, I hear him and I hear you guys. But there is still a difference. You have a different expectation and so does he. We don't dwell on things, man. I can't even explain it, man.
No, you explained it.
It's mad. It's like you need a penis.
No, that's what this show's about, isn't it? You gotta let us understand. That's what this is about.
Off camera said if she had a penis, she'll be a hoe.
Definitely. I want to be a man for the day, man.
What, you think that's what being a man's all about?
I'm joking. Jesus.
See, you're messing up the thing, you know.
You're having different today, you know.
Different today.
But in terms of like what he said is what you uphold in terms of cheating, and there's a lot of expectations in relationships, and people have to be realistic with their expectations.
I just feel that women, we speak naturally. That's what it is with us. That's different between men.
But we feel like that as men.
No, but with men, you guys more uphold things and hold it in before you speak. I feel.
No, we don't.
I'm sarcastic. I'm just
No,
saying, like,
no. Ask us.
Ask us.
I'm talking. I'm just in my opinion, you know. So
Yeah.
you can correct me if I'm wrong. Innit?
Okay,
I just feel that
So we see.
obviously you guys hold things in more, whereas I will maybe pick up the phone and speak to my best friend, or you know, tell my best friend like, you know what, I feel
Okay.
like this is maybe happening. What do you think? You know,
Yeah.
whereas men will be like, let me just wait for a bit more evidence before I say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that's a bit different between us men and women. I feel. I don't know.
I'm going to say something and then Jed can take over.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So the way we look at information, right?
Mm-hmm.
We look at information quite prominently because it's like snitching. You get me? Unnecessary information can put you in a position. So at the end of the day, I would only bring up something to him if I feel like he needs to hear it. Other than that, if I can work it out myself and keep it to myself because he doesn't need to know, because at the end of the day, I don't want him to know everything that's going on with me, because if anything happens, I don't want him to throw things in my face or tell other people.
Pride.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not pride. It's just controlling your information, controlling your integrity, your dignity. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I tell him everything now, he knows everything about me. If me and him not friend no more, or he decides that he wants to tell certain people certain things, my integrity and my dignity is a bit low now. You get me? And it comes back to me and I feel, you get me? Man, I told him that this girl cheated on me or whatever. You get me? So we analyze the information that we have about ourselves and we decide, we filter it and say, do you know what? Even if I tell him something, I'm telling him a piece of it.
Okay.
You get me? And then he figures it out from there. Right, mama don't want to tell me the whole thing, but it's cool. I'll support him. Yeah. That's it. I can't explain it, but bro, that's how me and this brother flow. Yeah, because of the way we look at information. Information is vital. When man are sitting down there and chatting off their mouth, I don't like man like that. Because you're going to put me in shit one day. You get me? And those are the men we stay away from.
Okay.
You get me? Because he doesn't know how to manage information. Do you get what I'm saying? Enough man got teams going on. They're on the road and they're telling girl where they're sleeping with.
Everything.
Telling bad girl, you know, man, let's just rub 50 bags, you know. Rah. Next thing you know, the 50 bags got robbed from him. Because he's chatting off his mouth. This is what I'm trying to say. There you go. But this is why I'm saying to you, when it comes to the control of information, as women as well, take this advice. Don't tell your girlfriends every single thing.
Basically, what you have to understand is everything's energy. Okay? So, if I come out, this say I come in, this happened to me a lot of time, I come in with high energy, and you're on a down energy, now my energy is down because of where you are. And then not because I don't want to be where you are, but maybe I've got something that's going on. Like, for instance, I run an online business, I run businesses, I'm an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you have to have a positive energy. So if you come to me with your day talking about, at work, this happened, and I'm not being insensitive, but because of what I do in my life and because of the kind of person that I have bigger things that I'm kind of dealing with. I'm not saying that you're a small thing, but I have bigger things that I'm dealing with. So when you're bringing that energy to me, what it does to me is it brings me down to your energy. So I could be up here, and because you're down, now you told me about my sister and this happened and my gosh, and now I'm sitting there like, so am I supposed to be the sad like you and with your energy, or can I carry on with my energy and do what I'm doing? If I carry on with my energy, do I not care? Or do I bring myself down to your energy, be like, oh my god, I can't believe your sister done all of these things. So what energy do you expect? That's what I'm trying to say. So when you're giving somebody something that you're so sensitive about, you have to be careful because you're giving that energy off to that person. Yeah. That person could be on a high. You can't. I've done it. I come in the house. I'm on a high. I'm like, boom, things are moving for me. Just come from my. Yeah. And then before I know it, now I'm picking up your. I'm tired because of where you're at. And that's all it is. I'm not saying that I wouldn't take, but there's sometimes I have to protect my own energy. Yeah, there's sometimes I have to protect myself. So I can't be so sensitive. I can't just be conforming to, what's going on, because I have to protect my own energy. And I've got things that I've got to do as a man. So
no, in respect, Jed, and then I think that goes back to my original point about the control of information. Because if I feel like there's something that I'm going to share to you that's going to bring you down to me, I'm not going to say nothing.
I'm not doing it.
I'm just going to sit there and just deal with it myself.
Same with my brethren.
And then when you're asking me what's wrong with him, he moves like he's cheating or whatever. No, I'm dealing with my shit because I don't want you to worry. Yeah. Men don't want women to worry about them.
I hear that.
I don't want my woman. I don't want no one worrying about me.
About me.
I don't want no one worrying about me.
If you ever knew what we go through throughout the day,
I hear
you'd
that.
be worried.
I
But
hear
I
that.
don't say it. There's certain times I had to duck and I ducked out. I didn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about it. I'm not talking about that. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and be like,
Yeah.
you know, I just had to just stop from the feds, and she's like, oh my god, they're gonna come to my house now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But women will say that. I'm not saying that we can't take on your energy, but not every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes we gotta be like, as a man, I've got to be like, I hear you, baby, but you gotta kind of allow that because I'm going there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're here, I hear you.
Or we can pick that up another time.
You may have to deal with that right now by yourself because
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur, as somebody that has to stay positive, I can't take on that negative energy.
Yeah.
So it's going to bring me down and be like, I'm going to cuss. So that's all I'm saying. There's a certain time as men, we have to be the providers. We have to be the ones that, we have to have pride. We can't be out there and be shaky and be talking and be acting weird. You get what I'm saying? We can't be out there just talking the thing. So we have to have certain pride. So there's certain things that we can't even allow what you're sensitive to, us to be sensitive to, because it can bring us down to where you are. I'm not saying that where you are is low, but we can't go there because we've got something we got to do. We've got to provide for the house. We've got to do all this stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Is that as a man, there's certain things we just don't take on.
And I find in experience, I find that when a woman is educated in terms of certain things that a man has to face and goes through and carries, it makes the relationship flow better because she recognizes the differences and respects them. Vice versa.
Going back to the struggle.
He recognizes the differences between with what women go through and respects that as well. And these are conversations that people need to have in relationships out there right now. You get me? You need to sit down and have that deep talk. You get me? When it comes to any situation that you're having, any argument, understand where your man is coming from and understand where your woman's coming from, but respect the differences. You get me? And move forward.
Just imagine your man comes in every day and he's complaining about some shit. Yeah, my brethren tried to rob me and this. And you're just like, I don't need your energy. Why are you telling me about no brethren tried to rob you? Why are you even talking to that brethren?
Yeah.
And then you're just taking in heavy energy. Yeah, I just got pulled over the fence. But they're coming to this house now. You're just going to start getting worried. Because you're going to feel you're in his energy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying talk the thing.
I get it.
But I'm just saying that sometimes the energy we don't need to take on because we got our own energy that we got.
Some things are better left unsaid.
And respecting information. Information can change the whole dynamics of a situation. Of you being all right at home and I come in and I tell you something, the whole night's fucked because I've opened my mouth. I might think that you're all right with what I told you, but you're in your mind, you're worried as hell.
Yeah.
You get me? I've put that on you. You get me? And it's like understanding and knowing and having that conversation with your partner and understanding that certain information that you will divulge to them will put them in a place.
Okay.
And understanding that about your woman as well. Having certain conversations with your woman, it will put them in a place. So avoid those conversations or your woman should recognize and respect them and don't have those conversations.
For me,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think there's a difference between dealing with a draining energy person and dealing with someone that might be going through something at a particular time.
Yeah.
So, if there's someone that's draining you every day, that's not a good soul to be around because that's a draining energy. You guys are obviously not compatible. You're quite a high person, high energy. They're a low person, low energy. You're on different paths. If someone comes to you, and sometimes women don't want to for you to take on their energy, they just want you to listen.
Yeah, but I know.
Not really go on that low.
And sometimes you can be high and it just takes one thing to go low. So
so
people go through, you can both be on a high energy and then there could be one thing that happens in her life or in his life that takes her down to a low energy.
And as a connection,
so people go through things. So now that he's on a low energy, it doesn't mean that you're not compatible. It's just that he's just going through something.
Yeah, go on.
No, but that's why I said it's difference between a draining person and a person that might be going through something. That's completely two different energies to me because someone could actually just be a low person, draining.
No,
I work in mental health, so I work with souls every day that have that kind of energy.
Yeah.
I don't take that energy home.
Yeah.
I talk to them every day.
Yeah.
I work with intensive care patients that have mental health issues. So me talking to them and just listening, that changes their whole day. And that might be someone might just want that at home.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a draining person.
Yeah.
Just listen.
Just literally
Yeah, that's a good aspect.
You know
I
what I
agree
mean?
with that. I agree with that. But at the same time, sometimes we don't want to hear nothing. We just want to play PS5.
And I find that quite selfish in a relationship. I find that really selfish.
Nah, what? That we don't want to hear nothing.
Imagine if my man came to me, I don't want to hear it.
No.
I just don't. I can't be out.
Remember,
Maybe he did it once in
alright,
2 years.
Come on, guys. I don't
That's
mean like
really
that. I don't mean like
selfish.
that. But I'm saying to you about timing. Yes, you are correct. And you know what? to be honest with you, let's go back to who you're dealing with in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Having that conversation, having that love language. You get me? Because I believe in love language. Yeah. Some people's love language don't make no sense. You get me? They don't even know how to speak to each other on that same level, because there is a difference between understanding, and listening. There's a difference between comprehension and listening. You get me? A person can listen to you all day long. Are we going to have this conversation again? Because if we have to have this conversation again, you've got a problem with comprehension, understanding.
That's when it becomes love.
You get me? Yeah. So people think that, I can sit here and listen and I'll be okay. No. They want you to understand, just like a man. And a lot of things can be simple if you lot understand each other's love language. You get me?
Exactly.
No, that's true.
Whoever's out there dating right now, you get me? Have that conversation with your people then. Have that conversation with the guy that you're seeing, the guy that you've been with for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. Refresh that love language. See where your partner's at. See where your woman is at. See where your man's at mentally. And try and get them to open up and have certain conversations, because there's a lot of people right now stifling in relationships because they don't want to face themselves. You get me? Yeah. You don't like certain
things. You
things.
don't even love yourself.
There you go. That's it. Facing yourself is that. You don't want to face yourself. That means you don't want to live with what's inside of you. And
I just want to say that's usually when you meet a draining energy. It's when they're not even happy in their own self. Mm-hmm. How can you be now in a connection with someone?
How can you fix them?
That's going to be the draining person that's going to come home to you every day. Yeah. They're not even happy with themselves.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to bring it up mine and his friendship. Whenever I come around him and I tell him something, he always turns it around for me. Do you know what I'm saying? And I try to do the same thing for him. I remind him, that this ain't the end of it all. You get me? And he does the same thing for me, because you need someone like that around you. You get me? Because your woman can't do everything, because she might be the problem at that moment in time. You know what I'm saying? So you need a good support network as well. Cool. Let's be real. 100%. You get what I'm saying? Where you want to chat to their friends and your battery run out on your phone.
We're going to notify my friends to get reassurance.
Yeah.
That's one of the number one mental health patients is because they don't have a support network.
I completely agree with you, and I think that a lot of people out there do need, and we might even do this on another podcast, a lot of broken people out there that haven't sought any professional help.